So we're starting to lose some of that cold edge outside, right? Heading into spring.
Sure, I don't go outside.
It's like instead of being like 40 degrees, it's like 60 degrees. Mm-hmm. That's pretty all right. You know where that doesn't stand?
Where, Levi?
In the mountains of Nepal. Because today, on My Neighbor Mothman, we're talking about the Yeti.
Oh, pardon my language here. Poggers.
Oh, man. So welcome to My Neighbor Mothman.
I'm Zachary.
I'm Levi.
This is the Poggers podcast. That's right. It's official.
This is the most Poggers podcast
No,
on
this
Twitch.
is the official
Oh.
Poggers podcast. I talked to John Poggers. I said, hey, man, let me get on that wave. Let me get some of that steez. I'm really putting some stank on it today.
Yeah, you are.
I'm having some fun. Very little sleep. Did just bang out a whole bunch of candy.
Yeah.
And now drinking an energy drink.
And it is
8
evening.
It is too late to have done one of those things, let alone all three.
So, in case you are unfamiliar, the Yeti, also known as the Abominable Snowman, is the Asian Bigfoot found in the Himalayas.
I sometimes forget that big things like that, like the Himalayas, have a place that they're from.
Yeah.
I forget that they're not just out on their own. So when you said the Asian Bigfoot, I was like, that doesn't seem right. And then I had to sit down with myself and
Like,
go,
like pull out the map. It's like interesting.
pull out the map in my mind.
The
and be
mental
like,
map of Asia.
It sure is, isn't it?
Which the Himalayas go through Nepal, Tibet, Russia, and India.
Sure.
The Yeti is probably the closest living relative to the Gigantopithecus.
The what?
Gigantopithecus. It's like the like missing link sort of thing. It was like the last of the humanoid great apes kind of deal.
Gotcha.
It's a prehistoric ape that lived in Asia 300,000 years ago. First
Wow,
reported sighting.
What a boomer.
Jeez. The first reported sighting was in the 6th century. And it has been cited as recently as 2011.
Man, they saw one that... I guess that was 10 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. Welcome to that spiraling
Time for the
death hole.
dread. Sorry, I was talking to my mom about something that happened in middle school. And I was like, yeah, that was probably like 4 years ago. And she's like, Zach, you graduated high school 6 years ago. I went, uh-oh.
Yeah.
That's not good. She was like, do you need a minute? I was like, I'll call you back. And then I sat with my head on my desk for like 20 minutes, just being like, yep, sure did.
Yeah, that's assuming that someone organizes it. Next year will be my 10-year reunion.
Ugh, you're so old.
I know.
I can't imagine that they're gonna organize it.
No. Sydney was saying that someone was trying to organize theirs for her and Joey's age range because they were just a year above me, and like 40 people responded out of it.
I mean, hey, I'll be honest. That'd be a
400 people in the graduating
that'd
class.
be a good chunk of my graduating class. I know we went to the same high school and graduated like 3 years apart. That's a good chunk of my class.
Mine graduating class was like 312 people.
When we started the year, I think we had like 240. I think we graduated 106 kids.
Yeah, we started at like 416. Yeah. Public schools, interesting, folks.
Yeah, well, we had a bunch of kids get
expelled.
Yeah, expelled, moved to night school, arrested.
Yeah. And this isn't even like we didn't live in a bad area. The kids are just shits.
Dude, look, I think we've talked about this before. I don't know if we've talked about it on the podcast. I was talking with Truett that we used to work with at
Yeah.
unnamed sporting goods store
Yeah.
about crazy stuff that happened in high school. And he went to like Brookwood.
Yeah.
And he was like, craziest thing that happened to us is that music video thing.
Need to step your game up.
And I was like, yeah. I was like, that was crazy at our school. But
Yeah.
also, I watched a kid do cocaine at 9 a.m. one morning.
Yeah.
Off a desk in construction class. And then 2 hours later, I was back in that classroom again with some kid making a bong out of an apple.
That's what's up. That's welcome to rural high school.
It was crazy. That teacher did not care.
No.
None
of them did.
I broke my wrist in that classroom.
Lee broke his ankle in PE, and they told him to walk it off. And then 2 days later came in with a cast.
Well, see, this is the opposite. Coach Adams tried to tell me to go to the office, and I was very adamant that everything was okay. And he said, "Can you shake my hand?" And I very, very sadly handed him a limp hand and said, "There you go." Then I went to the nurse's office, and they're like, "Ah, it's probably just a bad sprain," and wrapped my wrist. And then at lunch, I had to have Megan text my mom from my phone because my hand was just turning purple.
Oh, no.
But yeah, I had broken 2 bones.
Yeah, one of the teachers that day, because Lee was limping around the rest of the day.
Welcome
right?
to the
Yeah.
the
Put
high
a
school we
school
went
on
to
blast.
podcast. The East Jackson High School fan cast.
Yeah. But Lee limped around the rest of the day, and one of the English teachers in one of the classes we have called him a pansy.
It sounds about right.
And then he came in 2 days later with a cast on. Oh, all right. Let's get back on the Yeti, shall we?
Yeah.
So, in Buddhist mythology, the Yetis were peaceful creatures that were very shy and lived in dense snow caves on the glaciers, which form the Ganges River in India. In modern times, most sightings and evidence are on K2, which is the mountain.
That's the mountain.
Yeah. The name Yeti is derived from Yita, meaning rock thing.
Nice. Steph Curry won the 3-point
Yeah,
contest.
imagine that. Steph Curry won the 3-point contest.
Hey, that man can put the ball in the hole.
Yes, he can.
I like playing this bit that I don't know what's going on with sports. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's so funny.
Yeah. Man, he sure is good at scoring those points.
God, man, he's hitting home runs left and right.
That's the charade that we have to put up because we also do video game stuff, so we have to pretend we don't know about sports.
Yeah. Do tell me more about this sports ball.
I definitely don't own multiple jerseys.
My bedroom isn't covered in 30 basketball, football, hockey, and baseball jerseys.
I didn't go to minor league games for fun.
All right, that still makes you a nerd.
Yeah, it does. So Yeti was mentioned.
Wait a second, we forgot something.
Oh yeah, we didn't introduce Roswell.
Roswell.
Roswell's here on the couch with us as well. He's just chilling. He's vibing. Someone's got to be in the vibe zone. And it's neither of us, that's for sure. So Yeti was mentioned in pre-Buddhist cultures who worshipped a glacier giant. Tibetan and Nepalese monasteries have collected several skull and bones of the Yetis, some of which preside in the Smithsonian Museum today. Although one of their species was proven to be human bone, the others contained in the museum are still in question.
I just tried to drink my microphone.
Oh,
For everyone who's watching the video, about 10 seconds before I said that, you can watch me like tilt my microphone up for a little bit and then shake my head no and then go back to the drink.
I gotta go back and clip that.
I definitely tipped it for a second. Wait,
That'll play well on our Twitter feed.
or Twitter feed that I don't use.
Yeah. Oh, shut up!
How unprofessional!
I know it's a Twitch notification.
It's Twitch being like, "Hey,
we
we heard the words." Twitch is like so vehemently trying to rebrand what gamer words
Man,
means.
Did you see what they did with the word woman?
No, I didn't.
Yeah. They backpedaled pretty quick. They put an X where the A is in woman
Okay.
to like,
Yeah, like
Yeah.
they did with like Latinx.
yeah. Uh-huh. And everyone went,
Why?
what? No.
What does that mean?
And they went, we might have made a mistake here.
That was Johnny.
It was like a 4 message, like full filled out thread that they posted of them apologizing.
Dude.
Twitch, you're trying. You're trying real hard.
Twitch is on. All right, welcome to the Twitch cast.
There's so many sub podcasts.
Yeah, welcome to Twitch cast. It's a podcast within a podcast within a podcast in the background of another podcast.
Yeah.
I don't like Twitch. I don't like the way it's ran. Thank you for listening to the Twitch cast. Please make sure to.
We now return to the East Jackson High School podcast. Already in play.
And we're going to break away for a quick commercial. This one's brought to you by Bud Light Seltzer. If you want to drink the nice, refreshing taste of a black cherry lemonade without all the carbs, what's the one? Who knows? I don't, because all I know is the refreshing and crisp taste of Bud Light Seltzer, now in lemonade flavors. Make sure to go to budlight.com/Mothman.
So you want to know man, that'd be wild. You want to know the wildest thing I found out the other day? So
That Bud Light Seltzer was trying to sponsor us?
No, so White Claw, right?
Uh-huh.
Everyone's familiar with White Claw. If
Yeah.
you're not, you have Google. Where you been?
I'm a white man in my 20s. I
yeah.
know what White Claws are.
Yeah. So they're made by Mike's Hard, like Mike's Hard Lemonade Company,
Interesting.
who just recently put out
Honestly,
Mike's
don't
Hard
like seltzer.
seltzers.
Man, look, I know I've hated on seltzers for a while. Those Bud Light lemonade seltzers, also,
I haven't
they're
had any of the lemonade
pretty
ones.
good. Well, it's the same thing as like those Truly lemonade ones, where it's just a
Yeah.
little bit sweeter.
I was listening to a food podcast the other day, and they came to the revelation that when you break it down by what it is, because it's not technically liquor, so they wouldn't have to pay a different tax bracket, all those seltzers are plain flavored beer. They don't have the hops and barley, and they're just the same way you make beer, but without the stuff that makes them beer flavor.
Man, I like beer, I guess.
Yeah, congratulations.
Fuck.
That being said, if somebody said, "Hey, go to, we're having a party. Let's go to the store and grab some beer," and they came back with not a 30 rack of Natty Light and instead a bunch of seltzers, people would be confused
And angry, probably.
And they would be at first, and then everyone.
And then they would enjoy the
and then
nice,
everyone,
refreshing taste of a cold and crisp Bud Light lemonade seltzer.
and then everyone would stop pretending that they like beer. So, according to 21st century sightings, Yetis are said to stand from 8 to 10.5 feet tall.
I'm just laughing at the fact that we were talking about Blake Griffin doing all of his TV shows, and there's an advertisement
his ad for his show.
for his show Double
Yeah.
Cross.
Yeah. Have a furry coat of brown, reddish, or black hair, and resemble a huge, upright walking ape. It's a Bigfoot. It's the same.
It's Bigfoot,
we're
but in
going-
the mountains.
in Asia. We've covered other like large, upright apes before too. Every area seems to have at least, if not a recent sighting, then like a folklore tied into that.
Yeah, and that's what makes like the people that go like, "Oh, there's no way it's real. We would have seen it." Man, every place in this
Centuries old reports.
Yeah.
Of
every
that, yeah.
every society has a Bigfoot.
yeah.
You think they're all just making all that up? No, there's something out there, and it's Bigfoot.
And that goes across with a lot of things. Like a lot of cultures have the giant sea serpents and like a sun god. Like you can boil it down to everything. You can find similarities in a lot of things.
Yeah.
Even to like choosing what animal represents what like power kind of thing. It's really interesting how they all came to that conclusion. That's where Roswell comes in, because it's all aliens. Just hard left turn into that.
I was gonna say, did I black out for a couple minutes? You know what every society will agree on soon?
What's that?
Just how refreshing.
Damn it.
Bud Light lemonade seltzer is. At only 7% alcohol per volume, by volume. You're going to get where you need to go.
I saw it coming. I could do nothing to stop it. I was powerless.
There was like a half a second break where you didn't say anything. I was like, I'm going to do another Bud Light seltzer.
And in that, I went, he's going to do another Bud Light thing.
That's all right. I started doing this the other day once I bought Bud Light seltzers.
Yeah.
And had the realization that my friend Austin Maxwell,
Yeah.
I was in his wedding, and they did like a big wedding video. Well, as they started doing that video, they were following like the groomsmen around, and I was carrying around a glass bottle of Sprite that I couldn't find a trash can for.
Oh.
And I made one of the I made a joke when they put the camera on me that like this was just a Sprite ad, and then one person laughed, and then for the rest of the day, anytime that camera was pointed in my direction, I was making jokes about Sprite.
Yeah, turned the label out a little.
Yeah, well, I realized that like that was the most important day of his life, and anytime they go back to watch the video of it,
There's a Sprite ad.
there's just me doing a Sprite ad. Like they're gonna be like 45 trying to watch like their wedding video. Like this is the day that we fell in love, and here's just fucking me just. That's the beautiful lemon lime flavor.
Oh, man.
Because I think there was a kid that was like, because I think I was 21 then. I think there was a kid that was like 16 or 17 that was in the party with us.
Yeah.
And I think after like a couple of jokes, he went and got himself a Sprite. So then it turned to us
Yeah.
clinking our bottles together. So Austin, I'm so sorry. I would love to watch that video though. All right.
Oh. So, contrary to popular...
Wait, you want to try that? You want to take another pass at that one?
what?
You
Contrary?
said conetary.
Man. It's because I'm not sure that this is phrased right, because it says popularity to... Wow.
Whoa! Yeah, this is what happens when you have one too many Bud Light lemonade seltzers.
Contrary to popular misconception, that seems like a lot. That's wordy. That should
like
be
a
clean.
triple negative?
That needs to be cleaned up. The Yeti is not white. The photograph in the gallery below of this site that I got this from
This is just like what they did to Jesus.
is said to be a white-coated Yeti. Is pictured. It's covered in. Is in fact a picture of Snowflake, the albino gorilla that once lived in the Barcelona Zoo.
No, I can't believe you just let my comic just slide on by.
Yeah, that's what I do. You got to sandbag every now and then.
All right, go ahead. I won't talk about
Which
it.
I did a report on that gorilla.
I thought you were going to say you did a report on the fact
on
that Yeti was
sandbagging.
Jesus.
Yeah. Oh. There have been no reports of white Yeti.
I feel so lied to.
Yeah, I know, right? Even the
I was
toys.
going to say even
yeah.
that one.
Yeah, no, they're all brown.
And the one in Monsters, Inc.
Yeah.
And the one in that recent Pixar movie.
Moana's the
Smallfoot.
last one I saw.
Man, I watched Moana yesterday.
Moana's so good. The Rock is
Rock did a very good job in that.
He got like a platinum record or something for.
I bet.
For You're Welcome.
Yeah, it was a good movie. All right, welcome to Zach's movie cast.
Man, that's on my list of things we got to talk about. Is working on other podcasts for this network.
Hey, look, you know what my days consist of. Working and then clocking out and enjoying a nice, refreshing Bud Light seltzer lemonade. I'm gonna force Bud Light into sponsoring us.
Seriously. Here, we mentioned you 45 times this episode.
Please
by
just
name.
flick me a penny.
There have been several expeditions have taken place to find the Yetis. However, only footprints, bones, and hair samples have been discovered.
Tried to drink the microphone again. I'm really going through it over here.
Yeah, you are.
All right, the drink is away. There will be no more attempts to drink the microphone.
So now here I've got a couple accounts.
Okay.
This first one is from 1832.
That's a long time ago.
It sure is.
People didn't know how to write back then.
There's a trekker by the name of B.H. Hodgson. I don't know why that name was hard for me. That's a fairly
It's all right. You're having a hard time reading today.
I
It's
am.
okay.
He was a trekker in North Nepal, in which he describes spotting a large bipedal creature covered in long dark hair. He originally believed it was an orangutan, but it wasn't.
not.
It wasn't.
When people say, all right, so there's like two different ways to say orangutan, right?
Yeah.
Why do I put a G on it? Why do people put a G on it?
Because you were lied to.
What does that mean?
Because the commercial for Tang, the drink,
Called it an orangutan?
called it orangutan because that worked for their marketing scheme. And so now everyone calls it an orangutan.
I've never even heard of Tang, the drink.
No?
No.
It's just like...
So this is just cultural osmosis.
Yeah, it is. So it's... You remember those like powdered like Country Time lemonades? Any of that ringing a bell? It's like a little canister. They do it with Gatorade too. Where it's like the powder by itself and you mix it in water.
I mean, yeah, so it's just
Yeah.
like a powdered mix.
Yeah, it's just orange. And they would send the orangutans to space. Because the flavor was out of this world.
I mean, that's good marketing.
It is. It was great marketing. That they used that marketing until like 2005 and started in the 70s.
It worked. I called them orangutans.
Yeah.
Man. What a zeitgeist.
Yeah.
When are we going to get on? What?
Oh, we're in the middle of one. We just don't know it yet.
No, I'm saying which one are we starting?
Oh.
You and I on this podcast. Welcome to the zeitgeist.
What are we going to say wrong? For our own benefit.
Fucking apparently everything tonight, Levi. Popularity to contra misconception. What the fuck does that mean? Made me feel like I was having a stroke.
So this is a quote here from Hodgson. The Bandar, which are a native monkey, have been introduced to the region, which are the monkeys that sit in the hot springs. You seen those?
I think so. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I know.
Yeah. They're like half domesticated and they hang out in the temples.
Yeah.
Kind of thing, and hang out. In the populous valley of Nepal proper. My shooters were once alarmed in the Kachar by the apparition, which doesn't seem quite right, of a wild man. Possibly an orang, which I guess is the way he's abbreviating orangutan.
Does he mean apparition?
It just showed up, I think is what he's trying to get across. He's trying to sound too smart, but it is 1832. So that's
I'm just proud he could write.
He's an explorer. Of course he can write.
I don't think.
Of course someone can write in his party for him.
I can't read or write, but I do know the way of the jungle. Is that a wild man? Or what'd you say? An orange chicken?
Yeah, there it is.
Thank you.
They mistook the creature for demons.
Always.
And fled from it instead of shooting it.
Okay.
It moved, they said, erratically and was covered in long dark hair and had no tail.
It's tracking.
So that's the first account there. That we're going to talk about. The second account here is from 1953.
Hey, keep that year in your mind.
Oh, interesting.
Because we got some other things that go on in 1953 next week.
Oh boy. Sir Edmund Hillary was one of the first two men to climb the world's highest mountain, Mount Everest. In May 29th of 1953. He's from New Zealand. I don't know why I have this entire description of his childhood here. He served as a World War II pilot, ambassador to India in the 1980s. within cryptozoology, he's remembered as the first man who hunted the Yeti.
It's a bad rap.
And they got a footprint next to an ice pick there.
Am I seeing right? Is that it looks like there's only like 3 toes.
I think there's some snow melt problems here.
Okay, I guess that makes sense.
And that comes up in a couple other scenarios that I've seen with like shows about the Yeti, where after a day,
All the snow melts.
All the snow kind of melts funny because of the way your foot pressed into it, which makes it
makes sense.
Yeah. In the 1950s, curiosity to identify the abominable snowman drew Edmund Hillary into the search. Stories of the hairy man-like creatures were known. Footprints in the snow and mud were found to indicate some such cryptids were active out in the places. That's really badly worded. In Nepal. I don't know why it was written this way. And the surrounding region. I don't know what's
Your
happening.
phone's going crazy right now. Is it Bigfoot?
I hope
Is
not.
he in chat?
I hope he's not mad.
He's mad because we're talking about Yeti.
Is it news? Is it basketball? It's sports. It's all sports.
Oh man, please tell me more about all of the strikes that they're throwing.
All-star game lineups and Curry winning the 3-point contest. Thanks.
Oh, cool.
And Bumble telling me to swipe.
Is there like a what's the Bumble one? Because Tinder's what, the swipe surge?
Oh, this just says just do you on Bumble. I don't know.
Welcome to the dating
Bumble's
app
so
cast.
passive.
If I remember correctly, Tinder is not as passive.
No, it is not.
Tinder, like,
It's aggressive.
Get on here, you fucking nerd. Oh, no matches for you.
In 1953, 2 members of his team discovered Yeti tracks, and his trusted Sherpa friends would tell him of their first-hand sightings of the Yeti.
Nice.
The Sherpas noted that there were several types of abominable snowmen in the mountains of Asia. When Hillary went to the Himalayas to look for the Yeti, he and his collaborator noted there were several unknown primates said to still be undiscovered in any formal way. And then there's a picture of him holding a Yeti scalp.
Do I want to see it?
I mean, it's a black and white photo of an old man holding something that's kind of furry.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're just going to scalp a Yeti? Seems kind of rude.
So they were said to be the giant-sized called Nyalmo in the north-central area of Nepal that grew up to 20 feet tall. Man-like hair and given to shaking pine trees in trials of strength while others sat around and watched and clapped.
20 feet tall.
20 feet. 20.
Yeah. That's a big boy. He must have Michael's secret stuff. That was a Space Jam joke.
It was. You see the internet real upset?
Yeah. A visitor.
Gracie! In the 1960s, Sir Edmund Hillary was sponsored by the World Book Encyclopedia Company of Chicago and left on his expedition to write a book about the abominable snowman. Oh, this is phrased so poorly. And he passed in 2008. So
That's recent.
Yeah. He was 88. It's not that recent. We just talked about that.
Stop.
I was in 8th grade.
Don't do this to me. Let's see. I was 11, so I was probably in... Well, if you were in 8th grade, I was probably in 5th grade.
Yeah.
I was in love with my teacher, Miss Van Ness, at that point. She had me on Snapchat.
I was at Kingsbridge.
I was at Maysville.
Yeah.
Kingsbridge doesn't exist anymore.
I know. Neither does South Jackson.
Yeah. All right, to get back to East Jackson fan cast. Did you know that they're scrapping the entirety of Jackson County High School?
Are they?
Yeah, for that new high school they're building.
I haven't been over. I haven't.
Well, because when they combined all the middle schools
Yeah.
to build that new school on the west side, I thought it was just so that everyone would have more room. They're scrapping Jackson County.
I don't think the school system is big enough anymore to support that many schools.
Well, yeah, but they just made like a $3 million like building at Jackson County, and now they're scrapping it for a new high school.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Maybe a small college will go in there.
A very small college. I've been to small.
I mean, yeah. It's a branch of Athens Tech will go in there.
Oh,
that'd be good for that side of town.
Okay. So she was looking at that water bottle, and I was like, things could go very poorly here.
Yeah, she does that. I came in the other day, and my computer was on MSN.
She's trying to.
And I'm like, how did my computer get on MSN? That's not in a save tab. I don't think I've ever visited it.
She typed it in
and hit enter.
She's smart and an angel.
So let's talk about some explanations for the Yeti here.
It's the Yeti.
Misidentifications of Himalayan wildlife has been proposed as the explanation for some of the Yeti sightings.
Are there a lot of monkeys on the Himalayas?
Just the ones that we talked about. But you know what there are a lot of? Bears. Yeah.
Always forget about the bears.
So there is the Tibetan blue bear.
I liked his TV show.
Yeah, he had a big house.
He did have a big house. He talked to the moon.
The Himalayan brown bear. That both would fit if upright, would fit the...
Yeah, but not 20 feet tall.
Not 20, no. And not watching them shake pine trees and clapping.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. Some have also suggested the Yeti could actually be a human hermit out in the woods.
That's 20 feet tall.
Covered in pelts. Yeah. Like,
He's a human hermit. The only things he has, stilts and pelts.
Yep, that's him. Some speculate that those reports of the creatures could be present-day specimens of the thought-extinct Gigantopithecus that we talked about. Although the Yeti is generally described as bipedal, and most scientists believe Gigantopithecus was quadrupedal, like gorillas.
Throw it right out.
Yeah. Yeah, and unless it evolved specifically as a bipedal ape, like we did, then walking upright would have been very difficult for a...
Whoa, did you just take a pro-evolution stance?
I did.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Way to get political on our podcast.
Oh.
You know that I believe that we were all placed here individually like little Play-Doh people. There's somebody in the giant Play-Doh factory in the sky.
Now someone's trying to sell us viewers. Excellent. 2 people in there. I gotta go remember to ban those accounts.
Yeah, probably.
Ugh.
It's Bigfoot.
It's Bigfoot. He's trying to sell us views. So, to counteract the quadrupedal thing is the shape of the Gigantopithecus' jaw, which flares out, which would mean that, like ours, it gets wider at the back, right? Because that's where the neck bone needs to connect to make it line up there.
I was sitting here and I was trying to figure out how that could possibly, like...
Yeah. It has to do with your brains, how your brainstem aligns with your spine. And
if you got one.
Well...
Do you know for a fact that I have a brain?
That's a brainstem.
Well, if I don't have a brain, I probably don't have a stem, right?
No, because that's just all your nerves and all that. Yeah.
Hey, can you cut that out?
Yeah, no problem. No problem, bud.
Leave the 2 times I tried to drink my microphone.
Yeah.
Cut out when I didn't know what a brainstem was. I really just thought it was the part that connects them, like a little Lego connector. And
No, it's like the part that's in charge of controlling your whole body.
it's not doing its job. Hey, did you know that a lot of your smell like functionalities in your cochlear, whatever that one's called?
No, I don't know. I don't know anything about.
Like nerves? I don't think it's a nerve. But yeah, there's something to do with like the so like
some part
people
in the inner ear
so
there.
people who get like cochlear implants, like
Yeah.
it can like up like their sense of smell.
Oh, okay. So these are the cyberpunk mods that we're looking for in real life.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I learned that last night after one of my roommates had someone over, and we were talking about the fact that I couldn't smell.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, like, how's your hearing? And I was like, not great. And she was like, you might just need
Probably
like some.
related. Yeah.
She was like, yeah, it might be like something going on with your cochlea or whatever. I was like, cool.
Yeah.
Don't care. I've been on this earth for an undetermined amount of years, and I don't need no smell.
It's fair. I mean, I wouldn't bother. It's like extra work.
Right? You want me to go to a doctor and say, hey, please give me this thing that I haven't ever had.
Yeah. Maybe I can smell then.
Yeah, let me. Why?
Yeah.
Why do I need to smell? Why, God, why? Why, Yeti Jesus?
So unlike bears, the Yeti shoulders are broad, so that kind of helps rule bears out as a possible.
Makes sense.
Also, bears don't walk particularly well upright, especially in the snow.
Yeah, but it sure is cute when they do.
Sure is.
Yeah, they do kind of have narrow shoulders, don't they?
Yeah.
Bears, it kind of slopes in.
It's like standing a dog up on its hind legs, you know? It's like, it's not going to look great.
But it is so funny.
Also, unlike bears, the Yetis have like a flatter face, like we do.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Whereas bears are,
Look
which
at
I
that.
found out not that long ago.
the snake.
3 things very closely related: bears,
Beats
dogs,
Battlestar Galactica.
and raccoons, all very closely related.
I love raccoons.
The closest genetic creature to a dog is a bear.
That tracks.
Yeah.
I don't know why it wouldn't be a wolf, but
I mean, no, like that's that of that canine.
okay,
yeah.
that's in that. Okay. Man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That scared me. Everything scares me.
In 2013, British geneticist Brian Sykes scientifically confirmed.
Is he related to Ollie?
Yeah. The DNA of samples of the Yeti didn't belong to any existing animal in 2013, the examples that he examined. Instead, they were to a prehistoric polar bear that was believed to be extinct. So, in not finding one, found another.
Nice.
Which is always my favorite part of, yay, hey, we were looking for this thing and we found this other thing that we
Yeah.
thought was extinct. That'll happen like fairly regularly on those Josh Gates shows, Destination Truth and
Yeah.
Expedition Unknown. And be like, oh, cool, we found a bird we didn't think existed anymore. I mean, we were looking for leprechauns, but you know, because that's that show.
It is kind of the energy of that show.
They had an episode where they looked for fairies.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
What a life that man's
Yeah,
living.
absolutely. So that's it for the Yeti for me.
Didn't they recently just find a frog? Didn't they just find? I think they just found a new kind of frog.
Yeah. The other thing I don't have it pulled up where we can see it. That mass of stuff that washed up in Wales that I sent in the group chat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So they're sending that off. If you're unfamiliar, there was a big weird thing that washed up on shore in Wales.
I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, so they sent samples off to identify it because it's
Yeah.
completely unidentifiable. They thought it was going to be a whale, but
Wasn't
because whales and fish smell different when they're decomposing.
not to me.
Well, nope. Also, the bones were wrong for being a mammal.
Now, do we know this because a scientist looked at them?
Yes.
Because I'll be honest, if I was just on that beach, I'd go, "There's no way this is a whale or fish. Smells wrong and bones are bad."
Also, so it measured in at 25 feet long,
Okay, that's pretty long. That's not terribly long for like a whale.
and the head was missing. The whole head.
Now that is scary. Was it like a clean cut? Was like
It's kind of
jagged?
like it's kind of all shredded, but the entire thing's been very, very much so picked over. But
I don't like that.
So it's 25 feet long without the head. It's definitely a fish of some sort, not a mammal. Which people are leaning towards either a young whale shark or a basking shark.
or megalodon.
Well, that could be the reason its head's gone.
Oh yeah, that's kind of what I was going on.
Yeah.
Man, I was listening to another podcast because look, I've got a couple podcasts that I just love. I just continuously re-listen to them because I listen to them to fall asleep, so I'll miss stuff. I was listening to it the other day, and they were looking at like a Yahoo Answers question.
Oh no.
Where this dude was talking about his biggest fear in the world was the megalodon. And they were like, how often is that like coming up?
Yeah.
And then they're like, because the dude was like, he's like, I won't go in any water. I'm just scared of the megalodon. And I respect that.
That's fair.
That's
yeah.
how I live my life. And then he was like, oh, but my friends know about this, so they keep scaring me with the megalodon. And they were like, how?
How are they scaring you with a shark the size of a city bus?
Now, if this came out, if this Yahoo answer was posted in like 2017 when Jason Statham's The Meg was in production, I'd maybe understand.
Yahoo Answers still in like
Yahoo Answers is still active.
oh my gosh.
Look, if you're ever just really sad and you want to feel better about yourself, just go to Yahoo Answers and just type in teen and hit enter, because there are some teenagers who are having some problems and have gone to Yahoo Answers with these problems.
Oh boy.
I read like 18 questions because I put in teen vape one day because I was like, I gotta know what these teens are worried about with their vapes.
With their vapes.
What are these teens' rigs looking like? That sounded bad.
It did. It sure did.
Cut that out. But no, I just typed in teen vape, and it's entertaining. Now they have like suggested questions on the side.
Yeah.
Don't click on those.
No,
because you will find yourself in a very sad place very fast.
Oh no.
I went from teen vape to like a couple of questions about like kids and their homework to like some kid asking why his parents got divorced.
Oh,
and why it didn't seem like either one wanted to keep him. And I was like, no. Yeah, so just stay away from the suggested questions.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're ever feeling down and you just need a good laugh, just go to Yahoo
that's
Answers.
where how is Babby formed came from. That was a Yahoo Answers.
And pregnant.
Yeah.
Am I pregnant?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it is still alive and well.
God bless the internet.
It's so good. I spent like 4 hours one night recently just scrolling through Yahoo Answers. I still can't find that dinosaur game on Yahoo that we talked about.
Oh yeah.
It bothers me every now and then if I've got some free time.
I miss the old Nick Arcade games.
Yeah. I miss that. I miss the pure joy that I had with that Lilo and Stitch sandwich game.
The sandwich, yep. I knew as soon as you said Lilo and Stitch, I'm like, we're making that sandwich, baby.
That little yellow dude.
Yeah. Was it 615? This is the one before him. He's like, we made him too smart. Now all he wants to do is eat sandwiches and hang out.
I think 615 is right. Who is Stitch?
616? No, that's the Marvel cinematic or the Marvel main universe. 626.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 625.
Yeah.
Man. They're making a
Tom Clancy movie. It was a new Tom Clancy movie.
Nice. All right. Cryptid Fight Club.
Yeah.
Yeti. Do we put it above the Bigfoot because he's got the cold climate?
He does have cold weather advantage. That's true.
How hot does Nepal get?
Could find out. Because it may be a territory problem.
Yeah.
Where if it's too hot, he might overheat.
Well, but here's my thinking is I know some parts of Asia over there get pretty hot.
Yeah.
But he's in the Himalayas. Just look up record high temperature for Nepal.
Yeah.
If it's not above 100, then he loses. Then it becomes a territorial problem.
Oh, that didn't give me any answers. That gave me other websites.
If I think of it, go ahead.
Record high
Nepal.
in Nepal. 115.5 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeti beats Bigfoot.
Yeah.
He can live in the cold and in the heat. We don't. Well, Bigfoot. What's the record low in Nepal?
That's crazy. Let's find out. Together.
Welcome to the weather cast. Oh man,
That's Celsius. Damn it.
Whoa now. Whoa now, Jamal.
Record low of 2.68 Celsius.
That means nothing to me.
Yeah, I know.
That's like 28 degrees. It gets colder than that here. Well, not here, but in this country of undetermined value.
Yeah, it's like 36 degrees.
Wait, did you say negative? It was -2 Celsius?
Did I?
I thought you did.
Oh, no. No.
It's positive 2 degrees Celsius?
Yeah.
Oh.
This is just, this has, like, this,
Okay,
this is the valley of Nepal. This isn't, like, the Himalayas. No way.
Well, let's look. I was going to say, look up the Himalayas, because
Yeah.
it's got to be colder. There's no way the coldest the Himalayas ever gets is 36 degrees. I'll go live in the Himalayas. Man, that... Whew.
Negative 42 in the
Okay,
Himalayas.
all right.
Negative 42 Celsius.
Okay, that's very bad.
Yeah. That was in December of 2004.
Okay, yeah, no. Yeti beats Bigfoot. Bigfoot can't withstand those temperatures.
Yeah. I was like, people climb Mount Everest and they freeze to death. What the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, I was confused.
It's a temperate 36 degrees. I was like, damn it.
The Himalayas are a brisk 50 this afternoon.
It's chilly. Might want to grab a sweater.
And fucking all those pictures of people on the top of Mount Everest has been faked. It's really just a bunch of dudes in just like cargo shorts. Cargo shorts and like tank tops just hiking up the Everest.
Yeah, okay. So I think anyone Bigfoot can take out, the Yeti can take out, and the Yeti can also take out Bigfoot.
Yeah, but I don't think he can take out anyone above Bigfoot.
Yeah.
I think the only reason he beats Bigfoot is because he can just freeze him out.
Yeah.
Did you ever play Freeze Out on the school bus?
Yeah, I mean, kind of.
Okay. I was very good at it.
Everyone would just kind of not participate in that on my school buses.
So you were just sitting there with your arms at the school bus?
Yeah.
I'm beating you guys. I'm winning.
So it'd be like, hey, there's 6 people playing. It's like, well, that's not a full game, guys.
See, we on the way home we used to get like 10 of us going.
Yeah.
Always won.
All I remember about being on the school bus was how incredibly hot it was during summer.
Yes. I remember I got a couple of fun school bus stories. One is my brother, who still gets made fun of for this to this day. Got on the school bus after school. Completely derailing us again.
Yeah.
Didn't get off. Like normally, if he rode the school bus, he'd be home by like 4:15. Yeah, like 6 o'clock showed up and we hadn't heard from him.
Yeah.
And didn't know where he was, so we were calling everyone. Someone finally got a hold of the bus driver, and Garrett was just sitting on the bus still. So keep in mind, Garrett's had probably about 2.5 hours now to come up with why he did not get off the bus.
Yeah.
Big kid was on the outside of the seat, wouldn't let him up to go home. So now anytime Garrett does something that's just not explainable, it's just, oh man, big kid on the bus.
Oh,
I also saw my first broken nose on a school bus. A young rascal who will not be named was wrapping around the back of his seat, calling a young woman some derogatory terms
on the school bus.
On the school bus in like probably 10th grade.
Yeah.
And this young woman said, "Hey, you cut that out now, whippersnapper." And he said, I believe along the lines, "Fuck you." And then said some more derogatory terms. And this young woman did what anyone would, and she pulled her leg back and waited for him to peek around the side of the chair and kicked him in his fucking face.
Wow. She could have killed him.
She very well could have. And we had to stop in the parking lot of the Quality Foods in Commerce.
Oh yeah.
As young man is just holding just blood pouring out of his nose, and young was just sitting in the very back of the bus, just bus driver, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, they all...
and someone was like, he was calling her derogatory terms.
Yeah,
and he was like, all right.
Yeah,
and then handed the young man a roll of paper towels and told him to get off the bus to not get back on until his nose was done bleeding.
Jeez. Dude, our bus ride was like 4 hours long. Like we had the worst bus route. I don't know what they planned out, but yeah, it was 4 hours long.
See, they wouldn't come to our road because I lived on a dead end.
Oh.
So we used to have to go to Maysville and get on the bus from Maysville, which was always the worst. Because they would just, when I was going into middle school and we started doing that, it was fine. Because they'd come drop off the elementary schoolers. I didn't say that word right.
No, it's fine.
Elementary. That's not right.
Yeah.
But they would drop them off and we would just get on their buses. Well, then it very quickly turned into they would drop off the young kids, but then also the other buses that were supposed to be going to the middle school would drop off their middle schoolers. So we would have 3 bus loads worth of middle schoolers on one bus.
Jeez.
Yeah, I got a kid written up one day because of that. There was a seat that I would get in at the very back that we found a small hole in the seat, and as children do, we started picking at it. And I was a young man with shaggy brown hair, so the bus driver naturally assumed that I was the young man with shaggy brown hair that was on her afternoon bus. So he got written up for my crimes. That's right. You'll never catch me, baby. Let's do it. I know the law.
So we need to do cryptid court now.
We need to go cryptid court. Play the court music.
Yep, the court music plays here. Yeah, that's it. That's how it goes. So the Yeti.
So cryptid court, in case anyone is unaware, is a highly successful, very highly recommended bit where I judge Bernie Madoff and my bailiff O.J. Simpson decide how illegal the activities of these cryptids are. And then
if I did it.
And as is always the rule in cryptid court, if the glove does not fit, you must acquit.
Yep, that's the rule we stand by here. We're getting real dated with Bernie Madoff and O.J. Simpson. We're not even that old.
Nope, not at all. Oh, all right. A quick O.J. Simpson thing.
Okay.
I was reviewing an appraisal for a house for work this past week in downtown Athens. It was like 2 minutes from campus.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is probably like a little just college kid house. I was right. The living room the walls had been covered in cardboard boxes of beer,
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. It's college, yeah.
and then a giant Terrapin brewing flag, of
Let's
course.
go.
And then on the mantle was
Represent Athens.
was a very small TV, which we thought was pretty funny, and then a giant tapestry of O.J. Simpson's Bronco car chase.
Dude, college is great. I like...
I'm sitting there and I'm looking at this, and then I noticed that the what I thought was like a dining room table, just a beer pong table.
Yeah.
And
Also
I was like,
checks out.
I was like, man, y'all couldn't clean this before they appraised this house. And I know that it's probably kids renting it,
Yeah.
but you couldn't have them clean it up a little bit.
I was watching some of Jericho's Zillow Hunter
I didn't
videos.
know he was doing that. I love that stuff.
It's on his main channel now. It's doing so well.
Perfect.
And yeah, there's a bunch of them that are just like, there's trash everywhere.
I looked at an appraisal for a family that we knew from high school, and it was a fun little game of which of the children is this bedroom.
Yeah, that's always good.
And it was a weird like, oh man, I bet that one's hers and his. And then it was a weird thing of like, I haven't talked to these kids in like 6 years.
Yeah.
And they didn't particularly like me or invite me to hang out with them ever. But I now know what their childhood bedroom looks like. And that was kind of creepy. So also on Cryptid Court, we decide level 1 through 10, sometimes above 10 if they're very bad.
Like the U.S. government.
Like the U.S. government and the Pukwudgie. We decide how bad they are. What do we have Bigfoot down for?
Yeah, let me go through my notes here. We have Bigfoot at you at 2 and me at 3. Because of the rock throwings.
Yeah, he does throw the rocks.
Yeah. Minor inconveniences at people.
I think I'm going to give the Yeti a 2.
Yeah, I think these are like almost identical.
I kind of wanted to have him lower than the Bigfoot because
Yeah.
he did clap for people. But he is not deserving of a 1.
Well, I'll tell you what, because you're putting him at a 2. I will also put him at a 2, which will put him net lower
Than the Bigfoot.
than the Bigfoot. Because yeah, it seems like the Bigfoot just kind of
The Yeti.
Yeah, I'm sorry, the Yeti. It is. I mean, it's subspecies.
Yes.
Just kind of hung out,
Yeah.
and like people saw it doing stuff, and it was like, "Hey, what's up?" And then just kept going.
Off to do my thing with my
Off to
big
shake
old
these pine
feet.
trees.
Dude, are you feeling sad? How about some Yeti claps?
Yeti claps. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with a 2. We'll
Yeah.
net him lower than normal Bigfoot. So yeah, I think that's that.
Yeah, I believe so. You wanna wrap us up here?
Yeah, I'm watching this pure defensive showcase
yeah.
that is the NBA All-Star Game. So I want to. First of all,
Yes.
thanks everyone for listening to this episode of My
Absolutely.
Neighbor Mothman. I'm Zachary.
I'm Levi.
This is our cryptid show. I know we didn't do this part earlier, but cryptids, paranormal, sexual.
The UFOs.
Is that a little teaser?
I mean, we've done UFO stuff.
Yeah, is that a little teaser for?
It may be. It may in fact be.
It's a teaser for next week.
How about that, baby? Let's go. Can't wait till next week.
Oh man, how am I gonna wait 7 days to get out this important things that I have in my brain? You can follow me personally on Twitter, which I would highly recommend for several reasons, most of which being just, really getting the facts out there. Important news, important cultural events. If you're like, what's going on in the world right now?
Yeah.
Just come on over
It's
to
a place to go.
Zachary's Twitter at Baby Mothman.
You can find me on Twitter at Levi Carver, Levis Carver. There you can find me retweeting Last Round Save
And liking my tweets.
and liking the stuff that Zach tweets.
I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about what's a good original tweet I've put out recently, and I'd like to think that
Would you like to highlight a tweet here on this?
I'd like to welcome to the highlighted tweet cast
yeah.
where I tweeted I'd be in the bathroom wielding that thing like a firefighter. Because there was one night where I was peeing very hard, and I thought, man, this is what firefighters feel like.
Yeah, that's yeah. And I hit like on that.
You sure did. I see a Twitter notification 10 seconds after I tweet, and I go, that's either JT, Levi, or Jake liking my tweet.
I don't have push notifications on for you. I get them. So
Twitter's like, I know what this dude likes. It's anything Zach says. Huge shout out to Coralie. Her username is LYCHAN_. She did our lovely artwork.
yeah,
I believe her commissions are open.
wonderful.
If not, they will be soon, of course.
Yeah,
Or maybe
cyclical.
not. Who knows? It is cyclical.
It'll get there.
She
Wait your turn.
stuff.
Wait your turn.
Yeah.
Be patient.
I waited very patiently.
Patience is a virtue.
I'm not even spiking the camera.
No,
I'm just looking.
You're
I'm just
looking at yourself on the feed.
I was looking at Roswell,
Oh,
waiting on him to do something.
I mean, I can turn on the dance button, but
Well, I said that I was like, maybe if I don't look at him directly, I just look at him through the camera. He'll be like, "Oh, nobody's looking."
Yeah,
Let me just-
it's like a Toy Story type thing.
Is there anything else we need to shout out? You can follow the podcast at Mothman Podcast. You can email us at thatmothmanpodcast@gmail.com.
And you can leave us a review. That'd help us out a lot on all those places that let you leave star reviews.
So I think just iTunes.
Is it? I don't know. It's not Spotify.
Yeah, Spotify. You
Maybe
can't.
Google Podcasts.
Honestly, I don't know anything about Google
Maybe.
Maybe, I don't know.
We're on like everything, so just show
We are.
your friends.
We're everywhere.
Yeah.
Look behind you.
We just went up on a new platform.
Did we?
Yeah. Not a clue what it is.
Perfect.
Yep. But I went on there and claimed our account. So no one else could do that.
Love it.
Yep.
See, if you're in esports,
Yep.
go follow at Last Round Save. They just won the finals yesterday in what was that, VCT?
Yeah.
VS.
It was like a qualifier
Yep.
for
Yeah.
the big boy money.
Yeah. They're doing good.
Yeah. This new roster's hitting.
New roster hitting different,
Yeah.
as the kids say.
Yeah, they say that, I think.
Maybe. Hey,
Nope.
Never mind.
Nope.
thanks for stopping me there. I know I also stopped myself, but I'm glad you.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I've got.
We'll get to do some warnings while I hit the button.
Well, if you want to, watch the videos of this, they go up on the Board Nerds YouTube channel.
Yes, board nerds.
You can watch us live stream it at twitch.tv/skeletoncoograme.
Coo Graming. Yeah, there we are. We're both having one of those nights, huh?
Twitch.tv/skeleton-crew-gaming.
Yeah.
There's not much different, but you can watch me try and drink out of my microphone.
Yeah.
And you can look at Roswell. He's not going to move, unfortunately. You can look at this light that is super cool in person. And it's
And it's
just,
completely blown out
Yeah.
on camera.
it's all right.
Once we get the basement finished, I'm gonna rework everything, I think,
I'm very excited
for
to see
recording.
that. But yeah, so we'll get to some warnings. I'd like to say, first of all, don't think about the Yeti. He's kind of got like a ring thing going on where if you think about him, in 7 days, you're going to get kidnapped to the Himalayan mountains. He's going to give you a little Yeti kiss right on your little forehead. You think it's cute, but he's going to be very angry when he does it. Don't go into the woods. Lock your doors. Lock your windows. Don't drink energy drinks past, I'm going to go 6:30 p.m. Because it really creates a weird kind of thing going on in your brain. Don't drink microphones. And Levi, you got any ideas for one? Oh, he's switching to the hot mic?
If you can't have dairy, be sure to take your lactate beforehand.
Did you say lactate?
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
It's a lactate.
Yeah, cool. I can eat cheese and shit.
Jake said he's down with doing Lakeland Years the End.
Okay.
Test 1. Test 2.
Sibilance.
Simp. Oh, beans, wait. We're going to get banned.
Oh no.
Can't say that anymore. Can't say that on Twitch anymore.
Sibilance?
No, I said simp.
Oh.
Oh, fuck. I've said it again.
Yeah. We're not directing it at anyone.
Virgin.
Okay. That felt targeted.
And then the stream just goes down.
Dark. Great. Great. Wonderful. Fantastic.
What do you think Twitch stands on me calling cryptids the V word?
I mean, then that would be them acknowledging that they are real.
Oh man, Bigfoot's in the chat. He called me an incel.
Bigfoot, that word's banned.
Oh no, Bigfoot's in the studio with us right now.
I was just gonna let it ride. I brought the mic to my mouth and I brought it back down. I'm gonna let it go.
This is gonna be a good start, I think.
Ugh. So it's just. I can't believe you just let me scream into the microphone like that. It's